1, 2, 3, 4. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is Dark Macek with Brutally Delicious, coming at you with a review of Kamelot's brand new album, The Awakening. So let me preface this by saying I've seen Kamelot live probably something like 7 times. I've been on 70,000 Tons of Metal 5 times, and they have played 3 of them. I've also seen them at least twice outside of that, so that would be 8. Perhaps most importantly, when I was in high school, I heard a little bit of the Ghost Opera, and it did not hook me. It took me until Liar Liar, Wasteland Monarchy came out that I was finally a true fan of the band. Point being, I am way more familiar with the Tommy era, and I'm not going to automatically reject anything that doesn't have Roy on it. My 2 favorite albums by Kamelot are Karma and Haven. I don't have this wonderful reverence for the Black Halo, and in particular, I can't stand the song March of Mephisto. That's a lot of explanation just to say I actually very much enjoy Kamelot's modern era. So going into this, I had decently high hopes, minus the fact that the Shadow Theory was a bit of a letdown. Not to worry, though. This one was great. Stylistically, it is very similar to the last few. It's less industrial than the Shadow Theory. I think it's a decent, say, Silverthorn or Haven follow-up. The band sounds amazing as always. It's great to have Alex Randenberg, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, on drums. The production is slick as always. Tommy Karavik shines, wonderful vocalist, yada yada yada. Let's get into some songs. Right away, The Great Divide. I thought, fuck yeah, Kamelot's back, because this sounds more like Haven. Phantom Divine is certainly not a bad song, and it takes on a new life when played live, but it let me down the first time I heard it on the Shadow Theory. This opening was certainly propitious. I'm listening to this and thinking, okay, cool, the rest of the album is going to be good. It's hard to put the finger on exactly what this track possessed. It just felt more real. Maybe it's how the drums were mixed. Either way, feels more like a live band playing and less like a studio production. Opus of the Night. There's a reason why this was one of the singles. It's a great banger, and it's a good new style, but also kind of reminds me of one of the Elizabeths from Karma. I think it's Elizabeth Part 3. Forgive me, there's 3 of them, and one of them's 11 minutes. I don't feel like listening just for this review. Midsummer's Eve. This was a really nice ballad. It's not too similar to Here's to the Fall, but it's in that vein while still feeling like an evolution. This is not a rehash. Bloodmoon. This is a sort of different song from them. It's not straight double bass. I think it was just like a good hard rock / metal song. It was not distinctively power metal, if I'm remembering it correctly. I'm going to go listen again. On the 70,000 Tons of Metal Discord, this one was specifically called out for being a standout. Okay, I'm listening again. There are definitely elements of power metal here, like the lead guitar. It just kind of has a different groove. Maybe I'm nuts and this is typical. The Looking Glass. This is a great, more typical power metal song, one where Tommy really shines. I think this is my favorite off the album, but I'll need a couple more listens to solidify that. And lastly, Willow, another sort of more somber track, Into My Pantheon, specifically the transition, but both songs, really cool. So I definitely enjoyed this album. I 100% think it's a step up from the last album, probably on par with Haven or Silverthorn, and that's high praise. I will, however, bring up a point of criticism that came in that same 70,000 Tons of Metal Discord. Somebody who will remain nameless said, and I quote, "Who is ready for the same exact Kamelot we have been getting for the last 10 years? Now, we're something like 30 years after Kamelot began. I don't remember when their first album was. I want to say 95. But for a band that's been around for that long, inevitably you do get into a style. God knows the last couple Iron Maiden albums have sounded pretty much exactly the same. And let's be real, if they changed it up, we'd all be disappointed. I was not very happy with the slight industrial direction on the Shadow Theory. But I digress. That's the only real point of criticism would be that it is starting to sound not formulaic, but like the band is coasting a bit. That said, I love this album. Hurry up and announce the tour already. We know you're playing Prog Power. You're going to have to get visas for that. Just do a tour and announce it already so I can adjust my travel plans, please. Also, please play The Looking Glass live. Rock on, dudes.
Hello out there. Yes, hello out there, everyone. I'm Hal Schwartz.
And I'm Flynn McLean. Together we host None But the Brave, a podcast dedicated to the music and career of Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce and E Street Band are on tour right now for the first time in 6 years, and we're taking a detailed look at what's happening on stage in our bi-weekly episodes.
We've also been recently joined by some very exciting guests, including rock journalist Warren Zanes and Stephen Hayden, Backstreet's Magazine founder Charles Cross, and Barstool's Kirk Minahan.
If you're a diehard Springsteen fan, this is the show for you.
So please subscribe to None But the Brave on your favorite podcasting platform, and we hope to see you further on up the road.
Thank you so much. We'll be seeing you.